Hey guys, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram for extra content you won't see here. Click the links in the description below.
Hey guys, what's up? EaterRat94 here, back again with another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Star Wars Anakin Skywalker, the Revenge of the Sith Episode 3 version of Anakin. So we're getting him in the same exact packaging design that we've gotten ever since the beginning. They haven't seemed to change that at all, which is fine. No need there. So this is a regular release, thankfully. This is a fan favorite of the movies, the Episode 3 in particular version of Anakin. And it's good that, you know, it's a regular release and not a web exclusive, because when it comes to Star Wars, the web exclusives are like automatically $100 each. So that's good. We get the new seal of authenticity here, the sticker that they're going to put on all their products from now on to combat all the bootlegs that keep happening with all their products. So if it has that sticker on the box, it is the real deal. Also, they did change, starting with Bulma, the logo, the Bandai logo, to blue, and I thought that was only a thing they did with Bulma. I thought they were only doing it for that because maybe they wanted to match with her hair or something with the packaging. But it turns out, yeah, they did change it to blue completely, because I've seen other releases with the blue Bandai logo, which is interesting. I don't know why they changed the colors, but they did. On the side, we get Anakin, and on the back, we get Anakin 2. We get a scene of him with a backdrop of Mustafar. We are going to get a Episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi to go along with this figure too, so we can have them battle it out on Mustafar. So I've been slacking a little bit on this figure. I actually got him about a week ago, and I'm just now putting out a review. I don't know, just been slacking, but here it is finally, and I have been anticipating this figure. You know, I do like the Episode 3 Anakin more so than the Episode 1 and 2, of course. We did get an Episode 2, so now might as well just release an Episode 1 kid version of Anakin. I'd be okay with that. I'd buy it with the pod racing helmet, maybe even a pod racer. If that's the thing, since he has a small figure, they could do a little deluxe version of that. Hopefully, that'd be cool to me, at least. I know there's some haters out there for Episode 1, but I'm not one of those. I actually wouldn't mind one of those. I don't think Hasbro would release a pod racing Anakin, but who knows? For their vehicle line, it's not a bad idea. Anyways, here is our Episode 3 Anakin Skywalker for SH Figuarts. And first impressions, he is very orange, just based off the the skin tone on his face. They put a lot of orange spray on the face, which is okay. You get used to it after a while. But when I first looked at him through the package, it was very orange, which is fine. It's not a bad thing. I just pointing that out. It comes with your basic array of accessories for your SH Figuarts Star Wars figures. So we do get the lightsaber hilt that is on his waist right there. Of course, as always, you can remove that. You'll see a big hole, which is fine. You can't really cover that. So the hilt will have this peg here. Now you also do have the option to have a loose, of course, ignited lightsaber here. So you can see that detail there on the hilt. They always do a good job painting the hilts. And you can't take the blade off, or the the lightsaber blue part out to have him without the hilt. That's why you have that's why you have this one. You're just gonna have to deal with that little peg, but you can separate it here to get him to hold it easier. So when you want to put it in his hands, it's easier to put on. So you do have that. We do get the two fists on the figure. We got a ungloved hand and the gloved hand, of course, because he got his hand removed by Count Dooku in Episode 2. So that's cool. All his right hands are going to be gloved. So here we have a open gloved hand, like he's using the Force. Then we have a lightsaber holding right hand. This could even go as a choking hand too, since it looks like a Darth Vader choke hand. So you can play it off as that, because he does choke Padme in that scene. And then here we have an open ungloved hand, and then of course a grabbing the lightsaber hand. So you can see the big difference there between the gloved one and the ungloved one. Here we have the face that he comes packaged in with, so it's pretty serious. Doesn't really have any happy faces with this figure. And real quick, before I swap out the faces, I noticed this big old gap on the top of the head. Very annoying. That's bad. To me, that's bad. I tried to push as much as I could, see maybe it was half in and I wasn't doing it right. But no, that's as far as it goes in. So it blends in here just fine, but you get to the top of the head there's a big gap. So that's pretty bad. I don't know how they let that slide through. Pretty unacceptable for Figuarts in 2018, that's for sure. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully you can overlook it, but if you can't, that might be a deal breaker for some people. Anyways, the likeness is there. I do like the likeness. It does look like Hayden Christensen, I believe his name is, the actor that played Anakin Skywalker in these films. Man, what happened to him? I haven't seen him do any films since Star Wars. Looks like that was it for him. I don't know, maybe I just haven't seen any of his other films, but anyways, that does look like him. So I do like the likeness. It looks good. And removing the face, you can see how everything works. There's 4 pegs there, and then you see a very long peg for the neck. So that's interesting. That's not something you see every day with SH Figuarts. So one of his alternate faces is the screaming, yelling, angry face. So I've seen this a lot within the groups. It's a very funny looking face. Some people say it almost looks like he's laughing, like an evil laugh. So I don't know. It looks okay, could have been better, but to me, this face, what they're trying to do here to me is the scene, if you guys remember, when Obi-Wan literally just finished cutting off his limbs. And speaking of that, he doesn't come with any limb removal features either, so that's not part of this figure, even though this is from the fight scene, I guess. It's not really a battle damage version either. That scene when Obi-Wan just cut off his limbs and he said, "You're supposed to destroy the Sith, not join him." And then he says some other stuff I'm sure I'm forgetting, but the main thing he says is, "You were my brother, Anakin, I loved you." And then he looks up at him and he's like this, but he's getting burnt at the same time. I think he's burnt already. I'm not sure. And he says, "I hate you." I don't know, that's what that looks like. It looks like they were trying to recreate the scene or the face where he says, "I hate you" to Obi-Wan. And I just popped off his head. I am very hard to tell. Maybe you can tell. But the last face is a normal face, but his eyes are red. Those Sith-looking eyes. As you know, once he converted to Darth Vader, they showed that scene, and his eyes were red. As so, makes you wish he came with a hooded accessory or a hooded, a hood or whatever. A hooded Anakin Episode 3 just converted to Darth Vader would have been so cool. Maybe a cloth hood would have been a nice accessory to add on there. But yeah, anyways, I still can't stop looking at this big old gap. Hopefully this is just my figure, because this is just terrible. Oh my goodness. Anyone else that has this figure in the comments, please let me know if yours has a gap like that. Hopefully it's just mine and not everybody's. I want to take one last close look at the eyes or this face so you guys can really see the detail they did with the eyes there. They made a yellow and red because in that last shot it was really hard to tell. But there it is, one last shot. Alright, as for the articulations, take a look at it. We got the head on that stick as we saw that peg. So it does swivel 360 degrees. It's going to look up. The neck is articulated too, so that helps it. And of course the whole torso is. It's going to look down a lot. So good range there. We do have a arm that goes forward and back. It does go in and out. We get a butterfly joint in there, even though it's hindered by his outfit here. But you can still move it in and out slightly there. So of course we do get a bicep swivel, even though you don't see a cut there. It's kind of like a shoulder swivel, if you want to say, but it's in there. Can swivel that around. Of course the shoulder butterfly joint helps it too. The elbows will bend as so. Got a double jointed elbow. There is a wrist swivel on a ball jointed hinge. Going down to the torso, we don't have a diaphragm joint, but we do have a waist swivel that squeaks very loud. And you can bend it forward and bend it back. And the waist piece is a separate loose piece. The legs are going to go forward and back. They're going to go in and out right here. A little bit loose on mine for my liking. It's not terrible, but I don't know. Notice that. They do drop down, just like our old school SH Figuarts. I guess they're old school now, since they changed it on DBZ figures, but not on these. So I guess they're just normal. The knees are a 90-degree bend, as far as I can see here. So there's that. We do have that thigh swivel too, before I forget. The ankles are on a hinge. They do pivot. They do swivel. And then we get the toe hinge right there. Very deep toe hinge. Man, oh man, look at that. That's your Hasbro Black Series first release Anakin Skywalker figure, and I say that because there's gonna be another one coming out. NYCC just wrapped up, and I think they unveiled a new updated remake of this Anakin Skywalker, so that's cool because it's much needed after looking at this the face sculpt on this guy compared to the SH Figuarts version. Now he does have the demented Sith Lord eyes on right now, so let's take a look at him with the regular face. Alright, and there he is with the regular face there, and either way he does look better on the Figuarts version, just right off the bat. Looking at the Hasbro version here is just, I don't know, very pale. I didn't realize how pale this figure was until now, actually. And not just the face, just the whole entire outfit overall. You can see how glossy it is on the Black Series, and it's more matte over here on the Figuarts version. We do get the fabric goods on the Black Series, which is fine. You know, that's cool. Not really needed on the Figuarts version, but I do wish we did get that robe, that hood, and fabric, or even plastic, you know, whatever. Just give us a hooded version of this Anakin. That would have been cool. Accessory to add on to. But not even Black Series has that either, so. Here's next to the Last Jedi version of Luke Skywalker, and you can see he does stand taller than the old man Luke over here. There's the Episode 2 Padme, which is our only Padme right now, which you can still use with this Anakin since she didn't really change much from Part 2 to Part 3. And she does stand shorter, which is cool. There's our Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Anakin Skywalker all battling out here with Dooku with the double wielding lightsabers. This is when he loses his hand. So he doesn't have the gloved hand yet, but now he does on the Episode 3 version. Of course he's posed up, but it's about the same height as the Episode 3, which is fine. Then we'll get him next to his future self as Darth Vader. This is the newest remake of the SH Figuarts Darth Vader with the cloth cape, in case you guys were wondering. This is the newer one, not the first release. Lastly, we'll randomly put in Ben Kenobi there, the Episode 4 version. Probably one of, in my opinion, one of Bandai's best Star Wars figures. I like this one a lot. Alrighty guys, there you have it. That is my review of the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Anakin Skywalker, the Revenge of the Sith version. This is cool. I do like it. It's better than the Black Series version, which means it's the best Anakin we have out right now in 6-inch scale. So he's the best that we got until we get the new updated Black Series one. Let's see if that one beats this one out. But for now, I do like this one a lot. It looks like him. He's got the same great, you know, posability as all your regular Figuarts figures. He does have more than the Black Series one, so he does have that on top of him. You know, of course, including the likeness is better. And yeah, so the only thing would be the gappage of the head. That is my only concern. That's my only big gripe about the figure. I wish he came with a robe, which, can that really be a gripe? I don't know. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Leave a like if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, have a great day.